Hello everyone, welcome back to Boston Ramesh channel. Today is day 28, episode 13 of our ServiceNow Developer Certification Preparation series. So in this episode, we'll explore script includes, one of the most powerful ways to include reusable functions in ServiceNow, right? So whether you're working on a business rule or a scheduled job or even a client script, script includes allows you to centralize logic and avoid repeating code. So you write these functions once and reuse it multiple times wherever you need during the process of development. So these functions live together for the same category. Usually they call it utils if there are types of utils, or if there is a specific business functionality for a particular core business functionality. If you want to add a bunch of functions, say for example processing orders, then you will have one script include that involves all the related functions for that order processing, and you just call it. It's very easy, very convenient. And if you want to change the process functionality logic, you just change in one script include, and then even though if you are calling that function in 100 different places, you don't have to open and just adjust any of those, because you're just changing the source of the functionality in one simple script. So that is the advantage of it. If you are a developer for a long time, it's pretty much common in the development world, and especially the JavaScript. You've been using this inclusion of the scripts for many years. So store applications functions. So the script includes store the application functions, as we just saw that, reusable server-side JavaScript. It's a library of functions. And one important thing is it won't just execute like that. We have to call them specifically for a specific reason or specific instance. So it's not executed unless it is called. And all code is in one place, so making debugging easier. So if you want to just try to understand if something is failing, you just go there and you enable the debugging on that particular script include. And then initialize function gives access to a standard set of data. We will see that. So there are three types of script includes. The first one is standard script include. It is called from the server-side scripts like business rules or scheduled jobs. And the next one is script includes with GlideAjax. It is used when you need to call server-side logic from a client-side script. Okay, to call server-side logic from a client-side script. And the third one is script includes extending existing classes. So advanced use cases where you extend ServiceNow's built-in functionality, right? So that is about the script includes. Now let's look at the mirror diagram I will put together to get a high-level overview of the overall script includes topic. Let's look at this beautiful mirror diagram I put together. So we will look at all angles of the script includes in the ServiceNow, okay? So first of all, which one? So let's look at the structure of the script include. The script include will have two major areas. When you look at the script include, you open it, then you will see the definition of it, and then we need to know how to use, what steps are there to use the script include. So from a definition perspective, in the script include code, you will see a entry to create the class, and then we'll have a entry for the creating the prototype. So this will have this prototype entry, this line in the code, have a initialize function, and there will be other functions. So you will see that the initialize function and then the other functions. Basically, initialize function is nothing but when you are calling this script include, you're basically sending or you are inputting whatever the arguments, the values from the calling method, from the calling script to this script, so that it is going to initialize what you are supposed to execute inside the class, because there are different functions. And then steps to use, you will call the class, and then once you have the class handled, then you will call by doing the dot walk and call the methods, which is pretty much normal. There is no new thing I'm saying here. This is pretty much common in any scripting load, just because it's a topic that we have to discuss. So I'm just going through that detail here. And then what is the definition? So as I said, script include will have it's nothing but reusable server-side script, and then it will encapsulate logic for use in other scripts. So that's about it. Then there are a bunch of use cases. We'll have a business logic. Any business logic, you can have a bunch of application functions put in one single bucket so that we can use it again and again, and you can modify it in the future for a business when the business needs changes. Then it can be there's a centralized code for multiple applications, and the data processing. So it can be used for data processing to manipulate data before displaying in the screen. And then integration, you can use these scripts to connect with external systems without even exposing the code to the script that is actually doing the work. Then we have some important topics. So let's look at what all these important topics. Number one is scope. So the script includes when you create it, it will ask you to create the script in a global context or in the scoped context. That means if the script include is created in the global context, that means any other application, including the global application, can use the script include and its functions inside the script. But if it is a scoped one, then you cannot modify it outside of that scoped application, and you can actually not able to use it. That's a restriction that we'll put on it. So that is about the scope of it. And then the best practices. There are a couple best practices, but just like any other coding practice, you should keep it modular and reusable. You don't want to throw it a bunch of unnecessary functions in there that you don't really have a control on what we are actually using it. So you got to be a little bit more careful about planning when we are trying to create those functions inside the script. And then you have document code for clarity. You cannot really say anything less for this, right? If you don't document it, if you don't put enough comments in a code, then you go after five days, even after let's go, you go after next month, you come back and you open the script, you probably don't remember exactly why that particular argument was created, why that particular application function was created, right? You need to have enough comments so that you understand the logic, why, and the reason behind a specific logic in there. And then obviously the next one is debugging. So use glide system for logging, and then test in script include context. All right, so let's look at the few other items here. This one, I think this is more of a practical one when we create a new script include in ServiceNow. These are the steps that we'll go through. So you go to the system definition, you see the script includes, then you create a new one and then fill in the fields and save and submit. That is pretty much normal. And then there's a bunch of examples of where the script includes can be used: user authentication, email notifications, and custom APIs. Okay. Then real world examples, incident management. These are very few examples I'm kind of thrown here so that we can actually look at it. There is various ways of using it. In the incident management, you can automate ticket assignment logic. And in a change management, you can validate change request against policies. And then in the service catalog, you have dynamic catalog item generation based on user roles. These are a few examples. There is one specific item I wanted to cover because when we open the script include, you will see this. It's called protection policy. So in that protection policy, this is right below the script block. It will have three options. One is none, another one is read only, and the next one is protected. So why we have these? This protection policy is only available for those apps that are installed from the ServiceNow store, not for that one the user created. The reason why these items or these protection policies are there is because if you are downloading and installing a particular application from the ServiceNow store, the developer probably don't want you to copy it because there is a copyright infringement that he wants to protect his code or his intellectual property. Um, it can be read only. That means the developer probably don't mind you to read it. But when it is protected, the script include is not visible. The service now will mask it. It will not let the um, developer to see it if you are installing it. So if you are a developer, you will not be able to see these script includes if you install it from a ServiceNow store. That application will not let you see this. So that is about a very high level overview of script includes. Now let's look at quickly about what is a script include in the ServiceNow, and I will try to show a very basic type of example just to cover how the script include actually can work. I'm in my personal developer instance, and here we look at where the script includes are all. So I'll type into the script includes in the application navigator, and if you see a bunch of places, the script includes are coming up, but I think they're all going to be the same thing. So I click on the script includes. You see all the script includes are available here. It looks like there are 4,072 script includes right away available and out of the box installation. And these script includes, if you see the global scope as well as specific application scope, if you see like access analyzer, subscription management, admin experience framework. So there are a bunch of different places these script includes were created, but I just want to show, because most of the time script includes are created for doing something specific again and again. So these are called utils. So if you see these utils are here, I wanted to show you something. I can open something in the global context like action utils. So let's understand the framework of the scripting cloud. So we'll have name and where it is located. It's in the application scope, and it's accessible from this application scope only. That means if it is global, that means anybody can access. In a specific situation, if the application is a non-global one, a specific application, then the developer can say this application can be accessed, this script can be accessed from this application only, or it can be accessed by anybody. So GlideAjax enabled, mobile callable, sandbox enabled, and we'll have the description here. And this is basically the script include. And this script include, if you see, this is where you're initializing it. This is where you're. This is actually where when you're calling a script include like this, then it's when you say initialize this class, that this is going to take care of it. And after that, you have functions. Like here is a post insert. This is a function. Then you write the functionality here, and you will have insert M2M function. That is another function. There are different functions, like all the utils are listed here. And if you wanted to know, if you are curious, and if you want to understand, hey, I created a script include like 1 year ago, and there are a lot of development activities happened over the last year. And I wanted to know if this particular utils functionality is used in how many places. So I go here, right click on it, and click on the find references. And you see here, this utils script include is calling from all these places. Okay, so there is a UI action, there's a script include, there is a UI action. Now, if you see a bunch of places, this script is being called. And if I wanted to just go ahead and look at this one, like this is, and click on it, it will open that specific location where this is being used. For example, if you see, this is action utils, and then you are looking at this utils functionality and the method after this action utils is being called, which is post insert. In our case, if you see, the post insert is right here. Okay, so that is something that I wanted to show. And also there is a protection policy. So when I create a new script include, I will show you. But now let's look at You can create a script include or modify a script include from this usual ServiceNow user interface, the backend user interface. But you can also, go ahead and look at the items in the studio. For example, if I open this Boston Ramesh application here, if I wanted to create a new, not the application, but add a new file. Let's cancel this one. File, create file. Okay, and then I go here, and then look for script include. All right, so I got the script include, and then create it. So you see here, I can go ahead and create the script include. I can write the functionality here, and it can be read-only or protected. So I'm going to define if if I'm selling this post information app on the ServiceNow store, and I don't want my, I don't want my future users of this application to read it, then I would say protected. Then ServiceNow will never be able to uh, show this code to the users. Okay, so that's about it. So this is a sample script include I'm creating. It's called Hello World Utils, and the application scope is Boston Ramesh app, because I'm in this Boston Ramesh app right here. That's the scope. If I wanted to put into the global, I could just switch that to global. And then I'm making sure that this script is accessible for all the scope, but I could just say restrict this to this application scope, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to say all application scopes. I'm making it active, and the API name, if somebody is trying to call this from an API, they need to use this name to call the script. So description is Boston Ramesh application hello world utils, and here is the script. I'm saying that there is a function that says say hello, and this will return hello, whoever the username is, to welcome to ServiceNow, and that's what this script include. And the class name is hello world utils, and then the function name is the method name of function, or method name is say hello. Now we have the client script, script include in place. I would like to use that script include functionality, whatever we have put, a very simple one, and call in a business rule. You could do this from a server side, but I wanted to just show you a business rule functionality. So what I did is I created a business rule. If I go to incident on the incident table, I want to go to configure business rules. So here I have created a business rule called Boston Ramesh test business rule. Here what I did is on the incident table, whenever there is an update that is going to happen, before the update that actually executes, I wanted to call this script include, which is hello world utils. I'm initiating this, and then what I'm saying is I'm calling this say hello method inside the script include, and I'm passing the Boston Ramesh as the parameter value. So what it should return is if a fully formed message back to the user who is updating the incident. So in this case, I'm actually writing glide system info. It's going to go into the log message, but I wanted to show you uh, something on the screen. So I added gs.add info message. So to test this, let me go to any incident that was open. So I'm going to go and open this incident. Because it is in the state new, I'm going to just change the state to in progress. I'm going to save it. So when I save it, the business rule is going to call the script include, and then the script include will call the method inside. All right. So I just did that. The business rule is executed, and it says, "Hello, Boston Ramesh, welcome to ServiceNow." So that is basically, we could add a bunch of other scripts in the script, and then we can use the same thing to any other situation. So I updated the script includes, which is the hello world utils, to add another method called say hello client. This function is actually going to go and open up the client script functionality, right? Get gs.get user display name and say hello. That's basically it. So it's going to do the same thing, but this is something that I'm trying to do for the client script. So I go to incident again and then look for configure client scripts. I created something specific to my application. So I open this client script. I'll show you what's there in the client script. This is for the UI type all. Its name is client script and it's active. I don't really have to do anything like inherited or anything. But if you see, this client script is calling the hello world utils. It's a GlideAjax, and we're adding the say hello client. And then the method is get answer, and then the response will be the alert. It's also going to add info message to the response. Okay, so I'm going to open up one of the instances here. I'm trying to do on hold. I'm trying to just make it save. There's a mandatory field. This is test. I try to save it. Yeah. So it's the same thing because it's doing the same thing. It's not the alert. The pop-up is not coming for some reason. Maybe my Chrome has some limitations, but it's also writing on the info bar here. So it is working for the client script. So try it out. You just have to enable the GlideAjax client callable for true in the include script include, right? Don't forget to do that to test it. So that is about show and tell of the PDI instance here. That's it for day 28, episode 13 of the ServiceNow Developer Certification Preparation Series. I hope this session gave you a clear understanding of script includes, how to create them, and how to use them effectively in both server-side and client-side scripts. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let me know what topics you would like to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.